such that for all n, which is n greater than capital N, implies n minus 1 upon n minus 1 less than epsilon. So here if we make some simplification of this term, this is n minus 1 minus n upon n less than epsilon. So this is nothing but modulus of 1 by n less than epsilon, or we can consider simply 1 by n less than epsilon. This is the same step as we have as we have solved in the last example. You can see that in the last example we have solved limit n tends to infinity 1 by n is equal to 0. Here we have we tried to solve the limit of the sequence a n is equal to n minus 1 upon n and its approaching value is 1. So when we start with some given epsilon greater than 0, we are reaching the steps at 1 by n, and this is as we can solve as the last example. So definitely now you can solve this example. Slide please, next. Okay, this is the example with bouncing values of the sequences. Here the sequence is 1 minus 1 1 minus 1 minus 1 raised to n plus 1 and so on. So let us prove this. Say the sequence is 1 minus 1 1 minus 1 and so on. Suppose, if possible, it is convergent. That means limit n tends to infinity a n is equal to L, some finite single value. It is some finite single value. Now choose epsilon is equal to 1 by 2. Here we can prove for any epsilon. So let us start with epsilon is equal to 1 by 2. This is positive number. We must find n greater than 0 such that for all n greater than n implies a n minus L less than 1 by 2. So this we have to show. Here we can see that all the terms of the sequence are 1 minus 1 1 minus 1. In this sequence, first term, third term, fifth term and so on, all are 1. So let us take such a n when the sequence has value only 1. Okay, this is possible for n is equal to 2k plus 1 values. Okay, so modulus a n minus L less than 1 by 2 implies 1 minus L less than 1 by 2. This term can be rewrite as minus 1 by 2 less than 1 minus L less than 1 by 2 because of the modulus. Multiply all the sides with minus sign. We can again write minus 1 by 2 less than L minus 1 less than 1 by 2. Here we can see that if we add 1 in these inequalities, then we have 1 by 2 less than L less than 3 by 2. So as we have seen that, or we had accepted that this is convergent, we have this capital N such that this is happened, and therefore this implies this L belongs to 1 by 2 3 by 2. This is finite single value, and this finite single value belongs to 1 by 2, 3 by 2 interval. Again, let us take an is equal to minus 1, that means for all even numbers or even indexes, we can see that an minus l less than 1 by 2 implies, here an is minus 1, so minus 1 minus l less than 1 by 2. This modulus gives us minus 1 by 2 less than minus 1 minus l less than 1 by 2. Multiply all the sides with minus sign, this will turns into minus 1 by 2 less than l plus 1 less than 1 by 2. This implies if we add minus 1 at all the sides, this is minus 3 by 2 less than l less than minus 1 by 2. This implies l belongs to minus 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2. This is not possible. Okay, so here we have seen that this finite single value belongs to minus 3 by 2 to minus 1 by 2 interval, and this is not possible because we have also seen that this finite single value belongs to in the interval 1 by 2 to 3 by 2 and also minus 3 by 2 to minus 1 by 2, and this is not possible. Therefore, our supposition is wrong, and hence this sequence is not convergent. Slide please. The next definition is diverges to infinity. The sequence an diverges to infinity if for every number m there is an integer n such that for all n larger than n, an greater than m. If this condition holds, we write limit n tends to infinity an is equal to infinity, or simply we can write an converges to infinity. Similarly, if for every number m there is an integer n such that for all n greater than n, we have an less than m. If this is happened, we say that sequence an diverges to negative infinity, or an tends to minus infinity. Next. Here working rules of the limits, maybe you are familiar with from the school education. When a and b n are be two sequences of real numbers and a and b are two real numbers, then the following rules will be hold. We can see that limit n tends to infinity an is equal to capital A and limit n tends to infinity bn is equal to capital B. That means both sequences are converging to a and b respectively. In this case, we can use this sum rule. Limit n tends to infinity an plus bn, it can be written as a plus b. Difference rule, product rule, constant multiple rule, and similarly quotient rule. So all these possibles only a and bn are convergent sequences. Next. Now this is a very good famous theorem which is known as Sandwich theorem for sequences. Here three sequences are given, an, bn and cn, with specific conditions that an less or equal to bn less or equal to cn holds for all n beyond some index n, and also with one more condition that limit n tends to infinity an is equal to limit n tends to infinity cn is equal to l. Both limits are exist and equal. In this case, we claim that limit n tends to infinity bn is equal to l. Next. Now once we know the Sandwich theorem for sequences, we can solve limit of sequences of this type easily. Let us see on the tabletop. Here we can see that limit n tends to infinity cos n by n. We know the region of cos function, that is minus 1 less or equal to cos n less or equal to 1. We can use this parameter here also. We can write minus 1 by n less or equal to cos n by n less or equal to 1 by n. Here we know that limit n tends to infinity 1 by n. Just we have proved before sometimes it is 0. Also limit n tends to infinity minus 1 by n is 0. So we can say that by Sandwich theorem limit n tends to infinity cos n by n is equal to 0. So by Sandwich theorem we can solve sum of types of some limits of the sequences. Please next slide. The next example is limit n tends to infinity 1 upon 2 raised to n. Let us see on tabletop. So here we have to evaluate this limit. You can see that here this is positive term, so it is always greater than 0, and it is always less or equal to 1 by n. By simple comparison we can say 0 less or equal to 1 upon 2 raised to n less or equal to 1 by n. Now if we apply limit n tends to infinity both sides, then we can see that limits are 0. So by Sandwich theorem we can say that limit n tends to infinity 1 upon 2 raised to n is equal to 0. So this is also possible for this sequence by Sandwich theorem. The next theorem is the continuous function theorem for sequences. Let an be a sequence of real numbers if an converges to L, and if f is a function that is continuous at L and defined at all an, then f of an converges to f of L. That means we can apply the limit into continuous functions. Next, let us see one small example of this theorem. Suppose we have to prove limit n tends to infinity root n plus 1 upon n is equal to 1. So tabletop limit n tends to infinity root n plus 1 upon n is equal to, we have to prove this. So how it is we can prove, or we have to evaluate this value 1. So we know this limit n tends to infinity n plus 1 by n. This is limit n tends to infinity 1 plus 1 by n. When we apply the limit, this is only 1. Okay. Consider the function f(x) is equal to root x. This function is continuous at x is equal to 1. Therefore, by that theorem, we can write limit n tends to infinity root n plus 1 upon n is equal to f of 1 is again 1. So this is the application of that theorem, which is may useful for these types of sequences. Slide. The next theorem is, suppose that f(x) is a function defined for all x greater or equal to n0, and that an is a sequence of real numbers such that an is equal to fn for all n greater or equal to n0. Then we can say that value of the limit of that function equal to L implies limit of that sequence is also the same. Next, here suppose let us prove this theorem or this example. Limit n tends to infinity log n by n is equal to 0. This we have to show. Consider f(x) is equal to log x upon x. This is a well defined function from 1 to infinity. So what we can do, that limit x tends to infinity, log x upon x. Let us try to evaluate this value. Log x is continuous function, x is continuous function. This is actually indeterminate form of the type infinitive by infinitive. This is actually indeterminate form of the type infinitive by infinitive. So here we will do limit x tends to infinitive. We differentiate numerator separately, denominator separately. So this is 1 by x and here it is 1. Now we apply the limit. We can see that it is 0. So as this is true for these continuous functions, and therefore it is also true for the given sequences. Therefore we can say that limit n tends to infinitive, log n upon n is equal to 0. So here this n is running over integers, but because of this theorem we sometimes directly use L'Hopital rule in the case of indeterminate form directly by differentiating numerator and denominator. So keep in mind we are doing that because of this theorem. Slide please. Okay, let us see one more example. 2 raised to n upon 5n. Limit n tends to infinity, 2 raised to n upon 5n. So now without taking this consideration of the that functions, apply directly the limit. We can see that this is 2 raised to infinitive and denominator is also infinitive. So it is indeterminate form infinitive by infinitive. So apply L'Hopital rule. Derivative is 2 raised to n log 2 upon 5. Again apply the limit. It is, we can see that, infinitive. So hence the limit of this sequence is infinitive.